name is Don Fuller, 725 Huntley Drive. For the record, Mr. Morgan and I do not exchange notes and do not tell each other what to say. I want to talk to Mr. Fox about his decision to run for the 41st Congressional District, which I consider an insult to the city of Corona and, in fact, the people in the 41st District, because you don't even live there. The deal is this: if you are successful, it means you vacate the spot you currently hold. I checked around. To hold an election to fill that spot, assuming that Corona can piggyback with an appropriate date with Riverside County, would cost about $100,000. If that can't be done and Corona has to do it on its own, it's about $150,000 or more. If you're not successful, then this city ends up stuck with a council member who has already decided you don't want to be here. So Corona loses either way. So who pays for that? Monday morning I called the Riverside County Republican Party headquarters. I talked to a man named Scott Mann, who's apparently in charge there. I had a good conversation with him, seemed like a reasonable fellow. I asked him if the Riverside County Republican Party would pay for that, reimburse Corona. Well, apparently not. So Corona's still stuck with that, holding the bag for that to find somebody to take your place if you are successful. But that's not all. Just about 1 year ago, we went through a process to replace your spot as treasurer. There was a process for that. Mr. Haley, Mr. Scott did the ad hoc committee, found a guy. It was a perfectly good selection, but you didn't like it, so you tried to circumvent that. Furthermore, on roughly a half a dozen times in this room in the past year, even though you ran on a campaign of being pro-business, on roughly a half a dozen times you voted against business interest or other interest, and you rationalized it with your religious beliefs against alcohol and tobacco. One of those times you voted twice last August against a fundraising dinner for foster kids, and you rationalized that with your religious belief, a fundraising dinner for foster kids. And then we got this latest deal with this sign, which is going to come up later this evening in the agenda, which means that you want to take your religious position and you want to put it on permanent display in a public facility in which you certainly hope that your continued presence is short-term temporary. So take all of that. You've got a favorable audience because this place is full of people who showed up tonight to support you. So take all of that and please tell me how all of that does not define a hypocrite. I'm done.
Thank you.